Welcome back for BS limiting belief number 4. I am too fat. I am too skinny. I am too tall. I am too short. I am too geeky. I am too ugly. I am going to lump those all into one limiting belief, and let's call it appearance. Each one of them are so critically important and deserve a video all on their own. But at the end of the day, each one of those are a limiting belief based on how we look or the structure of our body. So here's the thing. Limiting beliefs are a state of mind that we take on as truth, as our truth. And we are all born with different hair, different eyes, different looks, different body structures, tall, short, skinny, plump, fat, whatever the case is, that is our physical appearance. And very often we have an insecurity about it because as little individuals, we look out at the people in our class. We have magazines that portray women that should be a size 1 as this standard of beauty. There's a lot of stuff out there that bumps up against who we are and teaches us how we should be. When not very often do people sit down with their child or their student and talk to them about this. So let's say I think I'm too short, which I did. I'm 5'1.5". So probably a lot of my life I grew up thinking I was too short because I had friends that were taller than I was. So you become insecure about that. And unfortunately, kids can be vicious, and women, little girls can be vicious, and guys can be vicious. And they have this unique ability to sense a weakness in another. Think of the bullies. Don't they always hit you on your sensitive point? So if you're short or fat or tall and gangly, they are going to bug you about your appearance. And if it's not already an insecurity, it's going to become that way. And maybe it's just once. Maybe a parent or a friend or family or sibling or classmate or teacher or swimming coach or somebody makes a comment about our physical appearance. And because we respect these individuals, we take it as gospel. Or because we were teased about it by one individual or a pack of evil little children, we start to feel that shame and the embarrassment. And then we take that on to be something that is big, something that we become insecure about it. At the end of the day, and unfortunately, there's often not a lot of guidance. If you have great parents, they'll talk to you about that. And it probably still remains an insecurity. But at the end of the day, nobody sits you down and says, you know what? We are all born uniquely and perfectly who we are and who we're meant to become. If you're born tall, it's genetics. If you're born short, it's genetics. If you have a big bum or a different shape, I mean, there's food and exercise, but there's different shapes of bodies. It's genetics. Somebody might be big busted or small busted, and they're insecure about that. That's a big one for women. That's a genetic. Unless you have a reduction or an enhancement, you can't handle that. And unfortunately, there's so very little self-awareness in our peers because we're all silly and young when we're students, but often adults, maybe well-intentioned, maybe not, say something that makes us insecure. So really, at the end of the day, I always hope there's a time where somebody looks inside themselves, and I had to do that. Okay, I'm short. There's no way I'm getting taller. Who cares? What's the advantages? Do I want to be tall? No, not really. This is what I am. This is who I'm going to be. If I want to lose weight, you can lose weight. There's different things. We need to look at what we can affect and what we can't, and accept it and move on. Why fight against reality? I mean, you can't blame the sky for being blue and the grass for being green. You can't get mad because you're short. It is what it is, and we need to focus on the positive and let that go. And realize if somebody said something to you that was damaging and started that insecurity, don't forget, people we look up to are also flawed individuals as well. They have their strengths and weaknesses, but they are doing life in their own head, even if they're an adult and they look like they have it all together. They're a teacher, so they should be so smart. Everybody has their issues and their baggage. And often they're just reacting to what's in their head and what's going on in their life or what happened to them as a kid. How do you know they weren't teased because they were fat and then they made a comment about you being fat? Often a lot of what people say to us is them projecting what's in their head onto you. So take it for what it is. It's an opinion, a thoughtless comment. Assess what you can change, accept what you can't, and look for the positives. Heck, I'm short. I don't have to pay extra to get tall pants. There you go. Jokes aside, this is a sensitive one, and I think we all have this, but realize it's an insecurity. Somebody probably said something. They shouldn't have done that. Forgive them, accept yourself, and move on. Because at the end of the day, if you're tall, short, fat, skinny, ugly, pretty, busty, not busty, whatever the case is, it really has very little impact on your life unless that's your insecurity and then you're projecting it onto life. Unless Tracy wants to be a basketball player, chances are my height doesn't help, right? It's what's in your heart and what's in your head. So let it be what it is. A silly comment somebody made in the past, an insecurity you adopted, and let it go. Focus on the positive, because I don't know you, but I know there is something amazing in you. So stop looking at the negative. Who cares what somebody said? You are beautiful, amazing, and perfect the way you are. So let your light shine and go out there and make a difference in the world, because each of us, I believe, we're put here for a reason. So don't let something silly like a physical appearance stop you from achieving what you're supposed to do in this world and live in the life of your dreams. Remember that.